I am still on page 193. We have a test taking skill that I want to be sure we take a look at. And we do need to duplicate this table for to put this in your notes. Even if you have the textbook, I think it will be beneficial to go through this process. This is the same kind of table we've been making, except it's already completed. We don't have to do anything except answer the question. So let's make a table like this one. It's going to be 7 rows tall. And I'm going to do 2 columns or 2 boxes per column. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So go over, you're going to need 5 columns, however you want to space those. I used 2 per column. And so then I'm going to make the X and Y values right here. And they already gave us the values. Again, we don't have to find anything. We just have to read the table they made. So here's X and f of X. And we have 8, 9. Remember, they have to be consecutive. 12 and 13. And then 2, 3, 5, 8, 12, 17. And let me back up and say that again. The X's have to be consecutive. The domain has to be consecutive. Okay, and then I have the f of X column. That's the blue column I've been using. They already did the math for me, so we don't have to do anything. And then the next column, I kind of messed up, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and carry this over here. And I'm going to put this up here. This is the consecutive differences. Column. And we actually have 3 on this one. And it looks something like this. Because remember, each time we do that process, we lose a box at the bottom because we run out of values down there. So this is the first. This is the second. And this is the third. And let's put some values in. And let me highlight just so we can relate it to what we've already done. We had the pink column for first consecutive differences. Then I used green to make the second column. And then I need one more color. I think I will go with pink this time to do the third column. So here's the table they gave us, and here's the question. This is about eliminating unnecessary information. Sometimes on a test, you are given extra information not needed to solve the problem. Read each test question carefully and determine what information is needed to solve the problem. The table shows the first, second, and third consecutive differences the first, second, and third differences for a function f of x. So let's take a look here at the consecutive difference columns. The first column is not common. They're consecutive, but they're not common. The second column is common, and the third column is common. Is f of x a quadratic function? What information in the table is not needed to answer this question? Well, I know that first degree functions, if it's first degree, let's do it this way. If it's just a plain x, the common consecutive difference will be at the first level. And we do not have that. In that orange column, we do not have a common difference. So if the function is second degree, it will be common at the second level. If the function is a third degree, it will be common at the third level, and so on. So the first time this function is common is at the second level. It's at that green level that it turns to be common. And that makes it a second degree equation. Now, what you and I have to know is the name for that. A first degree function is linear. A second degree function is quadratic. A third degree function is cubic. So the second degree is a quadratic. The question is it a quadratic function? So yes, it is quadratic. We could say yes, f of x is quadratic because it's a second degree function. So this is really just working with some vocabulary and also reading that table using the thing that you don't need to know, the unnecessary information, is right here. You really don't even need to know this information because all we need to know is whether it's common at the first level or the second level. But definitely, I don't need to know the third level. I guess we do need those, but the third degree or the third level, I don't need to know.